For the short molly, it's the same as it's been in Go and CS2 when the map was first in the pool. Same with the bottom right of the B, middle click jump throw at the middle of the shadow. If teams are pushing this a lot and you want to punish it, you can also throw a nade on the run for it. So after you throw the molly, you're kind of looking for this gap in the wood. And you're just going to right click jump throw on the way into the tunnel. Make sure you don't hit that. But it's pretty forgiving otherwise. And it's right above short. If you want to flash your teammates into water, if you get on the front of this pallet, you aim just above this light and jump there, that'll flash to close angle. If you aim at this left corner, walk a couple steps, jump there after, I'll flash to deep angle. Pathing for this should work like pop, and you like hard pre-aim this. If you want to path this way, you just have to be aware that the second flash is going to land above you. So either this, or like you can look down for a second when you know it's popping. If you want to throw a set heaven smoke from back here, you can do so by getting in the middle of this. Find the top of this plank, go up to where the rusted part is, maybe a little below to be safe. You don't want to be like halfway on the beam, a little below. Then release at the bottom of the beam and jump throw. If you want to throw a mid-side bridge, you can throw from the same spot. Just stand in the middle of the B. For bridge, you just aim at this solid part of the light, the top, and jump throw. For mid-sight, you just go to the right till it's past these lights and jump throw. If you want a monster pop and you're a monster, you can throw the heaven smoke by, if you're on this line, aiming at this guy's eyebrow. When you get pushed out, when you run, you jump throw. If monster is smoked and you can't see the eyebrow, it's the same concept of when you get pushed out. Use the grenade, the large grenade crosshair. You put the vertical on this wood and then the 2Y on this part. So it should look like this. And then same concept. You get pushed out, you run forward and jump through. If you want to pop through the monster smoke, the flashes you can throw, if you get in this barrel, go forward till you're at the edge of the pole, or you can just go to the edge of the pole, both work. Aim at this eye and left click. That'll flash close angles. Flash you can pair that up with. So you back up, so aim to the right, and run through. Now we'll flash from the scale. The meta flashes, you get on this part of the wall, you look for these lines and you aim to here. You can also use this as reference. So here in the left click, it's like the close flash. Just won't blind like this close right. And then the barrel flash, you can just back up, aim at this, run forward and throw. It's pretty forgiving. For the barrel flash, you can back up even farther too. If you want to throw the barrel molly from outside monster, you get in this corner, look at the eyebrow again, run forward, jump throw. If you want to molly Woodwall on a B pop, you can do that by getting on this back wall here, using this line as reference and aiming to the archway, and after you get pushed out of the corner, you jump through. Nadeset you can throw from short, from the slab, the heaven smoke. You just aim on this part of the wall in this gap and left click jump through. For the flashes, the device flash for a close short, same at this corner, left click throw. Doesn't blind your teammates short even though it looks like it does. The scaling flash you can throw after that, so let's say you throw that, you look for these lines and you, this like dark line, you aim to the right in between like these two lines. Jump click or jump throw. And it will flash behind the pillar so your teammates can keep scaling. Little blind barrel, pit, back here, etc. If you want to throw barrel molly from here as well, it's just the second dot. Some smokes you can throw on the run for rushes and other stuff. For the on the run heaven smoke, You want to stay as close to this corner of the wall as possible. You're looking for this bolt and this plank. You're going to aim at the bottom of this rusted beam in between those two. So right here. You're going to run forward a little bit, jump there. You can aim a little right to be safe. But I just find it easier and pretty consistent to do it this way. So like if you aim a little right, it should still work fine. Yeah. If you want to throw the bridge smoke, well, after throwing the short molly to make it fast, so you're doing a short rush. After you throw the molly, you just step to the right, use this vertical as reference. Just step a little to the right, use this as reference, aim to the right of it, and then right click jump through. So I'll show you what it looks like in full speed. You can get it to go even faster if you aim higher. If I throw the barrel molly on the run, like a monster rush, you can kind of just aim in between the eyebrow and this corner. As you're coming down the stairs about halfway, go click jump through. Here are the nade lineups, or if you want to double nade the guy boosting or just jump spotting. I'll show the highest damage one first. So the first one, you stand on this earlobe. You look for where the dark meets the green, or like the brown meets the green here. Run forward a little bit, jump through. And then this nade on the guy at the bottom. We'll do anywhere between 44 and 47, depending on how far you run, because it is pretty small room for error. The second one will be right next to him on like this line. You're looking for this dot as reference. Go to the fourth bar. Same thing, run a little bit, jump throw. Then this nade will do around 40 to 42, I think. To the bottom guy, yeah. If the CTs are nading Conn Door early and taking short through this way, or they're like just looking at Conn from boost, you can smoke Conn Door, start around from back here, aim a little left of this line, and jump through. I'll smoke in front of the connector door. If you're rushing monster, the same concept for like if you're rushing ancient, if you know about the electronic flash, you like aim up outside the door. Kind of the same thing. You want to make sure you get flashes over this on the way in to blind close and barrel. So you can either throw that by doing the right click jump throw like I just did, or a middle click up in the air. These are all the mid nades from T-Spawn. For the front bath smoke, you just stand in the middle of this beam. Aim at the bottom middle of this white sign, jump through, and I'll smoke front bath. If you want to throw front bath and divider molly from T-Spawn, you can also do that. You get in this corner, looking for these two plants. Kind of hard to spot, but the more you do it, it'll be easier. And you want to aim in between those on this faded line. So you can kind of see the tip of the plant right there. So aim right here. You're going to walk forward to this part of the beam, or this part of the wall, and then jump through. You can even walk a little bit farther. It's pretty forgiving. And then for the molly, you're going to aim right here, come to the right, to this right part of the forklift, and then run to the bottom of this white sign and jump through. You don't have to be that rigid about it. You can do it pretty fluid, and as long as you get to like that part at the end, it's fine. So I'll show you what it looks like a little smoother. Like even then I ran a little bit to the left and that should still hit. Yeah. It's pretty forgiving. So if you want speed, then you can go for speed. If you want to throw the front bath smoke from outside stairs, you just aim where the E-box meets the pillar and jump through. If they throw the offensive stair smoke and you can't see the E-box, If you go in this corner and aim right where like this corner of the circle meets this part of the line, go back and jump throw. It'll throw the same smoke. Some util for party. If you stand in this corner where you threw the front path smoke earlier, you aim at this corner of the poster and aim a little higher than it and jump throw. That will molly both sides of party, so back here and here, to the point where they'll have to be pushed out invisible or moved to the right. If you want to throw a flash from the same spot, you can just aim at this bolt / dot and jump throw, and it'll flash this angle here and this angle here. If you want to smoke from bathroom and molly divider from closer, like at fountain, you can throw from bath by getting on this part of the bench, using this as reference, aiming above the roof and left clicking for the front bath smoke. For the divider molly, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can either jump on this book right here, aim at this part of the E-box and W jump throw. For the divider molly that way. Another way to do it without jumping up on the fountain, you just go in the middle of the fountain here, aim at this corner of the E-box and W jump throw. I'll get a little more behind the divider and a little less on the stairs. If you want to molly out this tree position before taking long, if you get on this sign right here, on the back side of it, aim in this little archway of the rock, so the third line from the left, this archway, and jump throw. No molly behind the tree. If you want to throw a lurk smoke for banana, you can get on this part of the bench right here, looking for this pointy leaf. You're going to aim between that and this small leaf and this gap, and jump through. This smoke will block off this op angle that's really strong. And if the opper wants to hold this line, they have to go to here, and they're open the front bath that way. Or even like here, then they're open the front bath. This smoke also blocks if they're boosted on dice. Some util sets. If you want to throw front bath and divider from towards party, you on this part of the bench, aim just above this part of the umbrella and jump throw for bank, and for jump up you aim at this right thing, go to the roof and jump throw for jump up. The right side nade set, which is jump up and truck molly. For the smoke, you want to get on this wall, but to line up with this arch. You look for these two shadows. They're pretty faint, but you can see them pretty well in game. Aim in between them and jump throw. For the smoke, jump up. For the molly, for truck, you want to use this first line and aim on the right of this pillar, jump throw. For the flashes, you can just aim at this part of the wall. The flashes pop over, where if you're scaling this way, they don't blind you. They full blind pretty much all sight. If you want to combine a truck molly with a jump up molly as like a firebomb, or you just want to molly jump up, you can do that by, when you're in the middle of these con stairs, you look for this left side of the pillar on the first line. When you get to the bottom of the stairs, you jump through. This will molly all jump up and it'll spread to where the truck molly ends, so this whole thing will be mollied. You can combine the molly I showed earlier with this bank smoke, where you stand on this right side of the bench. You aim kind of where this X is on the left side of the chair, and then jump throw. If you want to molly back dice from divider, you stand on this right wall and you're kind of looking for this line. You aim in the middle of it and W jump through. You'll molly all the back dice. A way to throw a bank smoke from closer to dividers, if you get in the middle of this wall, use this dark part of this wall as a reference. Go to the top and jump through. Some nade sets from long. There's 3 spots that you can throw them from. This one, there's the bank smoke, the jump up smoke, and the truck molly. The bank smoke on this one is a little hard though. There's one over here that knows bank and dice molly, then one over here at this orange dot that knows a jump up, truck molly, and a flashes. So for this pack one, the jump up smoke is just aim at this corner and jump throw. The bank smoke, you're looking for either this weird shaped rock, which is what I look for, or these two, because they look kind of similar. You're going to use this dark spot as a reference, going to the middle of this gap and then aiming a little right and jump throwing. And if you throw it right, it should bounce off like that. Still can't see from here. This smoke is super finicky for the bank smoke, so I personally think it's better not to use it, but it's good to know, I guess. The truck molly from back here, you just aim at this shadow under this pole and run to the light post. Jump through. For this orange dot util set, be careful because there are two orange dots. You want the one that's closer. So here. The jump up smoke, you're going to aim at these this part of the wall at the edge. The molly, you're going to aim at this corner, walk till this part, jump throw. And the flashes are pretty forgiving. You just want to throw them over this like pond piece. This will flash over front bathrooms for your teammates scaling. Then the molly spreads all the way back here. For the bank slash dice molly, you want to stand on this corner of the pillar. You're going to aim where the tree meets the railing and jump throw. For the smoke, for the molly, you want to look for this light line, aim a little to the left, and jump throw. Now molly, back dice. If you want to throw a lurk smoke to deny vision long, you can get in the middle of this pole. Use this as reference, kind of just aim in the gap, left click throw. It'll block the vision, so you could set up an exec, and also you can creep up the side with flash or whatever. So for taking Conn as a T in a gun round, the meta method I think will still be the same as you molly this, and then you molly this. And then you can clear out this without having to worry about the top. So the first molly, as you drop down, pretty self-explanatory, you just drop. You can tuck in this corner. Get a second molly maybe from a second guy here. Can molly high off the wall. To the top of the stairs. Spreads all the way up here, so they have to get ticked. And then you can either have a guy flash for you to get close, and then you can just hard clear this corner. If you're coming up Conn and your teammates don't have a flash for you for over Conn, you can just throw it off this light right here. So the stairs molly on the run is a little difficult, but with enough practice you can do it consistently. The one on the key is you want to keep as close to this as possible when you're running. You're looking for this third circle, and the second line you want to keep your crosshair there, and when you get halfway on this bench is when you jump through. You can combo the stairs molly with a playground molly, which if you run on this these like first set of squares next to the divider and aim in the middle of this pole, like between this line and the stairs, and jump throw halfway in divider, that'll molly playground. If you want to throw the stairs smoke, you come to the left and look for this pole. You aim at the top of it, and when you get to the bottom, you want to make sure you don't run into this. So it's pretty forgiving. You can come pretty left. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you jump throw. And then you can also combine that with the playground molly. So what that looks like in full speed would look something like this. The trick you could do by strafing off of this trash can to nade stairs safely still works. Just takes a little bit of practice. But pretty much you want to strafe and then try and throw it through the right side of this bush. Like that. If you want to flash playground for your long player, it's actually pretty forgiving. I just use like this as reference, but it's nothing too specific. You just want to aim at this corner, run forward, and then jump through. That'll flash in the playground for your long player to peek it. No full blinds. No full blind all these. For the monster smokes, there are 5 spawn ones, but the set one, you just aim at the bottom of this right here and jump through. For the spawn ones, for this closest truck spawn, you want to put your minus 2x on where these 2 parts of the truck meet, of like the light, so right here, and regular jump through. That'll be your fastest one. For the spawn to the left, you want to look for this text in these lines. You want to aim on this dark line in the middle of this text, and then W jump through. For this third spawn, which is in like the middle of the X, you want to put your 1Y on this part of the pole and then to the left, so there's a little gap, and then jump through. That's actually your fastest one. For this one back here on the left, you're going to look for this smudge on the truck. You're going to aim just below the windshield, like the top of the windshield, and W jump through. That's one of your longer ones. This back spawn. Aim right here. W jump through. And that's all 5 spawn smokes. The short molly is still the same, where you just look at the top of this building when you come out and middle click through on the run. If you want to need Conn Door open for either your teammate from short fighting Conn, your teammate from Conn wanting to fight short, you have a guy boosted, etc. Do that from down here. You stand in the middle of the red door. You aim where these 2 bars intersect. You want to make sure you don't line up with this though, so it doesn't hit the wall. And then left click through. I'll blow the door open. Another way to need a door open from down here, just a little closer. If you get in this corner, aim at this light, middle click, walk forward and let go. Does the same thing. From the same spot, you blow the door open from close to here. You can also throw a flash for your Conn player if you aim right here. Middle click, W jump throw. Go full blind deep Conn and they won't see it. You can also nade the door open and flash for your Conn player from heaven. It's pretty forgiving. You just come out here, look for this light, walk forward. That's the naded door. That's the flash. One thing to note when you jump out of heaven is you should land on this tire, because everything else, there's no water down here now, so you take damage everywhere else. To molly monster, if you're the monster player and dropping out of heaven, you can throw it off of this. To flash for monster from heaven, you just come to the railing, aim at the top of this railing and left click. To flash monster, if you stand on this part of the wall, aim at this design where the 2 letters like meet when they come inward, and left click. I'll flash close and deep. Resmoking outside monster from Sandbags, you just crouch in this corner, aim above this dot, stand up, left click through. You want to resmoke monster, you stand on this wall, use this line as reference, you aim in this dark line, jump through. Resmoke monster from pit, and you get on this first crate. You use this blemish as reference, go up to this line where it's like in the middle of the white, then you want to go over 1 to here. It's also in line with those windows. W jump through. I'll smoke right outside monster. If you want to push monster short, you can stand where the wood meets the concrete. Aim at the bottom left of the window. jump through. This will be a good flash for if you're pushing monster or short. If you want to punish T's coming into the short tunnel, if you stand in this corner and you're kind of looking for this white line, if you jump and nade and also spam at the same spot, we'll spam anyone running through the tunnel. Some retake util for B from this corner. If you aim right here and W jump throw, you'll smoke short. And they can't even see if they're boosted. In the same spot, you can also throw a molly. If you look for these cluster marks and aim to the right of this like line one, jump throw. Molly this. You can also throw it as an HE. From this right door frame, if you aim on this back wall, actually, I think. If you aim at the bottom right of this like bolt and left click throw, it'll molly all plants, including this one and this one. Some retake nades for A. If you use this railing as reference, go up to the line and jump throw. Little smoke front bathroom. If you, from the same spot, aim right here at this pole, aim a little right and walk forward and throw. It'll molly on truck and in this corner. You can also molly this back right corner from over here if you just like kind of eyeball it. Retake nades for water. Aim right here in this corner. This beam. Walk forward, throw. Molly's out top and bottom. The flash from the same corner. You just aim in this gap of the light and jump throw. The flash will land right behind you, so you can peek with it if you want, or you can just look in the wall and then peek. Flash will help your teammates peek short. You go in between these two grates. Aim on the shadow line a little right of this middle column thing, and then jump through. The flash will pop for you to clear short. If you want to flash in the short pipe for your teammate, you can just stand on this like second rope thing on the wood. You can use these two lines as reference. You're going to aim in the middle of them like vertically, and then on the bottom one and W jump throw. And that will full blind in here, and it will full blind anyone holding from deep.